Hey, so I wanted to make this little short video. I don't remember post up anything personal or anything, but this has really gotten to my heart. Almost 3 weeks ago, this beautiful young boy by the name of Lesandro Guzman-Feliz, nicknamed Junior, was brutally murdered. I follow a lot of Selena accounts on Instagram, and I saw this lady over a boy, and I was just like, oh, it's probably like a police brutality or something. And then I went into my search feed, and I just saw all this. I'm like, what in the world? And I just happened to click on it, and I was just like, what am I looking at? And it was his death. And I saw the entire thing. I even saw the latest video that of him saying call 911, and it brought back memories of my friend Isaac. He died in January. He was brutally murdered. It was a hate crime, just like Lesandro's was a hate crime. He was stabbed in the neck 5 times, and I just brought back, seeing him laid out there with his mom over him and everything. And unfortunately, I saw like the gash in Lesandro's neck, but it's just, I don't understand how people can be just downright evil. And it's all because of a lie. This trampy girl wanted to protect her pathetic little boyfriend and say that it was Desandro, and it wasn't. And so he's walking, gives his friend $5. I believe it was a setup. Either the boy was related to a gang, or he had just become friends with Junior, and he was threatened. But I think he could have been related to the gang. And Sandra comes out, they hang out, he walks back home, he's wearing flip flops, and they start chasing him, and he goes in a bodega, and. So all that stuff, his death was very, very brutal. And it's not even just the fact that he was stabbed, it's the fact that he went inside to ask for help, and he slumped over the counter, and guys like, oh no, just go to the hospital or whatever. I'm like, do you know how far the hospital is when you're bleeding and you're injured? The pain. And then he goes outside saying call 911. Everyone's recording on their phones. And I'm like, I I mean, it only would take maybe 20 seconds to run down, get your shoes on, lock the door, run down, and say, "Hey, don't go anywhere. I'm calling the cops. Put pressure on him." It's that boy was a guerrilla. He was a warrior. He ran, and unfortunately, he collapsed, and they were trying to help him, and he passed on. But I just this is what happens when the streets raise boys to become hateful thugs. This is what happens. They're all feminists, but like, oh, you don't need a man. Da, da, da. No, boys need a man. And even if you don't have a father, you need a father figure. You need that male figure, that positive male figure of positive moral character, whether it's a cousin, a grandfather, an uncle, a best friend, maybe their dad, a basketball coach, whatever. Guys need that just like girls need that positive influence, because there are girls they out there, they have a crazy mom, so their aunt is like their mom, their grandma, their older sister, or their best friends, whatever. So it's just stuff like that, that this is what happens when there's no circle of good characters around these people. They become hateful animals. Animals don't even do this to their own kind. So it's really grabbed my heart. When I close my eyes, I see his death. When I wake up, when I go to sleep, I see his death, and I've seen his mom. And even 30 years from now, she's still going to have that hole in her heart. And all because of a lie. That boy is 15 years old, and he doesn't experience anything anymore. So his death has really affected me, and it's just hard. Um, But what I'm going to do is just continue to look to my role models who are like Audrey Hepburn, Princess Diana, Celine Dion, Janet, Selena, just how their personalities are, how they treated people, how they're all about love. And I'll try not to let this cruel world harden my heart, and I will continue to read, Dalai Lama and the Buddha. It's just when I see stuff like that, it just grips me, and I just really wish that someone would have helped him, because he could have been saved. Um, his mom wouldn't be going through this heartache, and his father wouldn't be going through this, and his family and his friends. So that's all I wanted to say. to the kids out there that are of single parents, find yourself a positive mentor. If you can't find yourself a community center, but find someone that you look up to be that influence in your life and to follow their lead. And you'll be okay. All right. Bye. Bye.